On top of the ZV-E10 is the Comica Traxshot Pro. Now this is a mic that Comica sent to me, so this is a sponsored video. But they told me to just give my review on it, and just to be honest, they didn't tell me what to say. So I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw this microphone, I thought it was weird. I mean, it looked weird to me. And I was like, okay, this looks like an old TV antenna, like that you put on your TV and pick up signals. How is this useful? And I just looked at it for a while, and that was my thought. Until I started to use it, and then things started to make a little bit more sense. Let me show you what I mean. So one thing I'll never do on this channel is promote gear that I wouldn't use myself, or gear that I don't see as valuable. Now, although the Comica Traxshot is great, as far as sound quality, there's one big thing about this microphone, and that is its size. You see, when you vlog and you use your camera and you're taking it around with you, you want something that's lightweight and compact that you can tuck away in your pocket or put in a bag, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. Well, this microphone kind of makes it difficult for that to happen because of its size. Now, for some people that might be an issue. For some people it may not be. But me having vlogged before and using cameras away from the house and on vacation, I know for a fact that this microphone could possibly get in the way of you actually using it because of its size. But that's not to say you can't use it in another application, like maybe a podcast. Or if you're doing something on the street where you're interviewing people, you have the camera pointed at them and you need to be mic'd up too. Well, this is great because this allows you to flip the microphone capsules around, so one's pointing at you and one is pointing at the other person. But outside of that use, I can't really see why someone would want to have something this big on their camera. Again, it's a great sounding mic, but the size of it, I think, is going to be the biggest deterrent, for me at least. And I think many people will say the same thing. Now, Comica told me to be honest about this, and that's what I want to be, is honest. This channel is about helping you guys become better at what it is that you're doing, whether it's vlogging, doing weddings, and just using your camera and getting confident behind the camera. And I don't want to have you get something that will stop you from creating. Sometimes gear itself can stop you from creating just because it's too cumbersome. And I think if you're going to be vlogging, you want to keep everything as simple and compact as possible. Or maybe this is the perfect ASMR mic. Now, with all of that being said, there are some things about this microphone that I do actually love very much. And I wish more microphones that are attached to the camera would actually incorporate and utilize these things. One of the things is the fact that when you turn your camera on and it's plugged into your microphone, well, it turns the microphone on automatically. That right there is a game changer, because I have another microphone, the Sennheiser MKE 600, and that one has a switch on it. And if you forget to turn that switch off when you're done recording, well, you'll come back to a microphone that's dead if you leave it on for a few days. And that's not convenient. But with this microphone, you turn the camera on, the microphone comes on, and when you turn the camera off, well, the microphone shuts off. The other thing is it has a built-in battery, so you can charge this separately from your camera, and that in and of itself is great, because now you don't have to worry about carrying around batteries with you. Now, I don't know if that battery inside is serviceable once it's up and used up. I don't know what you do with the mic, if it can be replaced. I don't know that part. I'll have to reach out to them and ask. But I do like the fact that all of that is built in. The other thing that I like is that you have these dual capsules on here. Now, even though they're big and even though they're kind of cumbersome, it could come in handy, again, like if you're shooting a podcast or if you're shooting something on the street where you're asking people questions. I think it's a good thing to have, because it allows you to get good sound from both ends. But not only that, but you can actually switch how this microphone picks up audio. You can have it in mono mode where both microphones are feeding into one channel, or you can have it so that each microphone is on a separate channel, and this gives you a stereo sound. And that can come in handy, again, if you're wanting to separate tracks and have really clean audio. Like if you're interviewing somebody and you're behind the camera and they're in front, and you want to separate your voice from their voice, you can really do that and make things really clear. So that's something that this mic is really good at. Now, this is what it sounds like when you're walking outside with the Comica Traxshot Pro. I think it sounds pretty good, but you have to know that this microphone adds a significant amount of weight to the camera. Now, that can be a good thing if you're trying to get stabilized shots. As you know, the ZV-E10 does not have IBIS, but the caveat to that is it makes the camera weigh significantly more. So if you're going to be walking around and holding this for a long time, just beware, because your arms may get a little bit weary. So this is the back of the microphone here, and this is what you would see if you had this connected to your camera. You'll be looking at this as well as the back of your screen. Now, up here we have the volume dial, where we can actually change the volume level of the microphone. Then here we have our on-off switch, along with our high pass and low pass filters. And then this mode switch here, which is your programmable pickup modes. So right now we're in PS, which is programmable stereo. Then we press it, and then we go to automatic and programmable manual. So basically the way this works is with programmable manual, that means that both of these microphones here are picking up mono. They're picking up the same thing. So they're not in stereo mode. Now, if I press it again and go to programmable stereo, now they're in stereo mode. So if I move off to the side here, you'll see that my voice is actually going to the side. Now, if I move this here like this, you'll see the degrees change here. So we're at a 30-degree angle. So as I move like this, you'll see that my voice actually is being captured in stereo sound. And then we have a 90-degree mode, which is like this. Now that's 90 degrees. So we're completely separated our audio tracks here. Now, if someone were doing a podcast, or if I was vlogging, then I would go like this. See, this go all the way around, and I bring this one this way. And that's how these mics would be. So one is going this way and one is coming back towards me. Now, I have these dead cats on here for the wind noise and things like that, but without that, you'll just see the capsule itself. So let me put this back around like it was. And there we go. So we're still in stereo. Let's go back to mono. All right, now we're back in mono. Now, one thing I will say about this microphone is the build quality is excellent. This is made out of, it feels like metal. Yeah, I believe this is metal that this is made out of. And when you move these microphones, there's a solid click that you get. So it really feels like it's very high quality, like very high quality. So the other thing that's good about this is you have a headphone out on this side. So if you wanted to, you could plug your headphones into this and monitor it. And on the other side here is our output. And this is going out of the microphone into the camera. So if your camera doesn't have a headphone jack on it, then now you have one with this microphone. In addition, you have these shock mounts here. So if it is mounted on your camera and it's bouncing around, it's not gonna pick up all the body noise from your camera. Like if you're hitting your camera, let's see, it's probably gonna pick it up some, but it's supposed to try to minimize it as much as possible. I'm gonna raise this up just a little bit. And if you look under here, you'll see that it has one of these cold shoe mount adapters. So this is what you would use to connect it to your camera. Now, in addition to that, there's actually a 1/4 mount in the bottom of this as well, which is how I have this connected to this light stand. So it was good of them to do that. And what that allows you to do is if you have something like a boom pole, then you can connect this to the end of a boom pole and use this as a boom mic. So I believe that's pretty dope. But overall, I will say this is a very good microphone. If you like the way this sounds, then you could check out the link below. So let me know what you guys think. Is this a microphone that you are interested in? Is this something that you think you would use? Could you see any other uses for it? I think it's great for ASMR because it does have the dual pickup pattern, the dual microphone, the stereo. And I think that's huge when it comes to ASMR. And it is a high quality, well-built mic. But until next time, I'll holla at y'all later. I'm out. Peace.